A major congratulations to the Boston Celtics, who just swept the Indiana Pacers and are on their way to the NBA Finals, winning by 3 in another little comeback. Not as big of a comeback. This was a pretty back and forth game most of the time, with Indiana mostly being ahead. But seriously, shout out the Boston Celtics, man. You guys are heading back to the finals, deservedly so. You guys have been the best team in the East all season. No more deserving team than them. I also want to make sure I just give a quick shout out before we get into any of the basketball stuff. The Indiana Pacers, man, exceeded all expectations this year, really got there. We can talk about like injuries and stuff like that and the teams that they beat because of that, but you can only beat the teams that are in front of you. You got where you got, and they put up a fight in every single game, man. Like they really fought and played hard this whole season. Like we all thought of the New York Knicks as kind of like the grittiest team, and like Pacers were right there with them, man, and they were right with this team to the end. So credit to them. Let's talk about the Pacers just real quick, and I'll have an ideal offseason going out on today's Monday. It'll come out Wednesday morning, so I'll record that tomorrow. It'll go out Wednesday morning for you guys. So we'll talk about this team and some of the moves that we can make. I haven't thought about it much at all, but there's some things to be excited about with this Indiana Pacers team. There's a lot of interesting young players on this team, like Ben Shepherd really stepped up. Andrew Nembhard, Obi Toppin really found himself this year. Isaiah Jackson's finding a role. Hopefully Jarris Walker becomes a guy, and like Benedict Mathurin, who's one of their better players and a presumable starter next year, like wasn't with them for this whole playoff run. So they're going to be back. They're going to be better, and we just hope that they can continue to build on what they've done in Indiana. A lot of credit just to this franchise, who is probably one of the 3 franchises that just never bottoms out. They're like, nope, we're going to try to win at all costs, and like this year it really paid off for them. So shout out to those guys. If we can just talk about the end of the game real quick. Andrew Nembhard had a really good game, but again, he just kind of fumbled it at the end of the game there, man. He took some bad shots that he didn't need to. And yes, he's trying to create, he's trying to be that guy, and he's trying to be the lead guard, but some of them were just stupid shots, especially the thing where he like dribbled into traffic and turned it over after the mistake he made last game or whatever. And it's a young guy thing. Like, we don't need to hold it over his head or whatever, man. He's going to remember. He's going to come back better next year. This experience is awesome for him. I think he's going to be a really good, like, backup point guard for the team going forward, like a really, really good one. Maybe even a starting 2. Like, I don't know. We'll kind of talk about it, I guess, when we do the ideal offseason for them. But just looking ahead as to what he is for this team, I think is awesome. TJ McConnell was a star again, absolutely phenomenal in the minutes that he played. Every team would like a TJ McConnell or two. I thought Pascal Siakam played another really good basketball game. Miles Turner, like the Celtics definitely put a little more of an emphasis to make sure he wasn't getting his shots up, getting in a little bit of early foul trouble too, kind of took him out of the game a little bit. But just all the credit in the world to these guys. I thought Aaron Nesmith, by the way, played a phenomenal defensive game, but that's enough talking about the Indiana Pacers, man. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics. And again, we're clapping it up for them, going to the finals, very well and hard fought. I think about the times where like I was on teams that were like going to March Madness or going to the playoffs or something like that. Like, it just, to me, it always felt like such a great accomplishment or whatever. And it's just, I can only imagine what it feels like to go to the NBA Finals. That's not something that I've personally gotten to experience. So pretty cool thing, I have to imagine, if it feels anything like the other ones. But yeah, no, the stars were the Jays, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown a couple times like gotten a couple weird situations just because his handle wasn't quite good enough. And honestly, he should have a higher field goal percentage than what he even does, because he blew a couple easy ones there at the end. But just a phenomenal basketball game. Defensively, he's been so good. So good. And Jason Tatum, I love the physicality that he's playing with. He's like, look, I got all these big ass muscles, so I'm going to use them on you. There was the one like charge that was called on him on Nesmith, or I think Nesmith drew 2 charges on him. Yeah, I think he did. And so like getting a little bit over physical there, but I like that that's the attitude for him, because you think about, let's presume, and I don't like to presume, he's got a matchup with like Dallas in the next round or something. It's probably like Derek Jones Jr. guarding him, or PJ Washington, right? Like, those are guys that you're just going to have to use your strength against, right? Because they've got a lot of length and you can't necessarily just go around them. So that's how you're going to have to create your space. So I like that we're doing that now. Derek White, phenomenal defense as always. Let's give Drew Holiday some credit for just when they really needed a bucket, he backed down. Who was that he backed down? I can't even remember. I think it was Obi Toppin. Yeah, he just like took a couple of dribbles, and then he did that thing that I've talked about before, where he's like, you know what, I'm just going to start backing you down now. And this is how we're playing this, because I'm strong and I'm Drew Holiday. And I love the little smart plays that he makes. And that little rebound that he had at the end there, like, Drew Holiday's just the king of getting like the right play at the right time. How many rebounds did he finish with in this game? It felt like he had a ton. Yeah, he had 9 rebounds. Shout out Drew Holiday. Have they announced the Eastern Conference? No, it's on commercials right now. I don't know who the Eastern Conference like MVP is or whatever that they give out for this. Is that the Larry Bird trophy? Oh, it's kind of ironic. There we go. Like Larry Bird, with the Pacers organization, but a Celtics player, and kind of the battle of the Larry Bird trophy, right? So kind of a cool thing there. Xavier Tillman was kind of rough in his minutes. When they get Luke Cornett and hopefully Porzingis back for the finals, that's going to be a big deal to them. Looks like they're giving out that stuff now. So I don't know. You guys will see it. You don't need me to report on it for you, but Sam Hauser was a little cold. Peyton Pritchard obviously got like punched in the face at one point, so that was a whole thing. The Jaylen Brown foul, by the way, on TJ McConnell, I don't think it deserved a flagrant. Like, everything about it said that it shouldn't be, but it sure doesn't seem like Brown meant to hit him, by the way. Like, it just, I don't know why his hand was there and why he was doing that, but it sure looked like he was trying to get the ball and he just completely missed for some reason. So, I don't know, that just sucked for TJ McConnell. That dude just took a beating this whole series, but they really did a good job of the Pacers of taking Al Horford out of this game, I felt like. Like, he just couldn't get the shots up this time. They're like, no, we're going to switch everything this time, and you guys all know, if you can just switch things on defense, that's the best thing you can do at the end of the day. Switchability is the easiest defense. You can just tag and switch. It's the easiest way to guard anybody. It's the most effective defense that we know how to play in basketball right now. It's just having dudes that can switch, and the Celtics can really do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing the team that they're going to play in the finals, presumably the Dallas Mavericks, but who knows, maybe history will be made this year. No, I'm really excited about this. I think they've got the dudes to guard Luka and Kyrie. Not that there's a positive answer to that always of how you guard Luka and Kyrie, but Drew and Derek White are the best guys that you can probably pick out of a crowd to go throw up against them, right? So we'll see what happens with that. I'm really, really excited. Shout out to the Celtics. The best team out of the East came out at the end of the day, and hopefully everybody's up and healthy and ready to go for it, man. I'm excited, but yeah, looking forward to Minnesota, Dallas tomorrow, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.